Are you a coward if you choose to distance yourself away from someone who is going through domestic violence? Hi, my name is Dr. Natalie Jones. I'm a licensed therapist and I've been working with victims of abuse and perpetrators of abuse for many years now. I have a commenter who's writing and asking in a question. She says, I hope you don't mind me asking this question, but it's been on my mind really heavy this morning. Do you think someone is a coward or a bad friend for choosing to distance themselves from someone who is in an abusive situation after trying to help them out for a long time? I've been a victim of DV/abuse, and it can be gut-wrenching being isolated in those moments. But I don't think I'd ever call people those things unless they actively disrespected me in the process. But I understand my mindset is different because for me, all the blame is on the abuser. I'd really like to know your thoughts because it's making me question some things. So to answer your question, I've kind of done some posts about this already. No, I don't think it makes you a coward or anything negative if you say, I'm not able to help someone. Especially, it sounds like you've already overextended yourself. So when you've overextended yourself to somebody, I definitely don't think it's, that you're a coward or anything bad. When you help someone, you really need to define um, how much you're able to do that and then maintain that boundary with yourself. So helping isn't the same as enabling or doing all the work or giving with no end in sight. Helping means that you offer whatever you're able to get that person in a better situation. So you're offering some tools or some resources to help a person get out of the situation that they're in or do whatever they need to do in order to find a safer, better alternative for themselves. I also do not recommend helping more than 10%. And in order to be offering a person, 10% of resources, time, energy, and effort, you also need to be at an abundance. You need to have an abundance over to where you could spare to lose some things. It's not going to put you at a disadvantage. It's also not going to put you in harm's way. So with that being said, I only recommend helping out to a certain degree. But if you help someone out and they continue to go back to their situation, at a certain point, you have to decide to say, you know what, I can't do that anymore, or my resources aren't being put to the best use. We had a conversation. I thought you were going to do X, Y, and Z with the resources that I provided for you. You did none of that. I therefore um, I'm not able to extend the help anymore. I'm not able to sacrifice myself anymore. So therefore, you have set a limit with yourself and with that other person. And that is what you are supposed to do. People are in abusive situations, and I very much understand abuse cycles and things like that. But you're just because they're in an abusive relationship, you do not have to do that relationship with them. Meaning that you don't have to be in that abusive relationship with them. You don't have to be on that emotional roller coaster with them. You have your own life, your own kids, your own job, your own whatever things that you have to do. So at a certain point, it's understood that you can no longer be there. When it's not understood that you can no longer be there, guess what? You become plan A, you become plan B, you become plan C, D, E, F, G, H, I, K, all the alphabets. You become all the backup plans, right? And you become the backup plan to, oh, I can't pay my rent this month. I can't do this. I can't do that. And so therefore it stops the person from actually doing the work themselves. And sometimes people are only willing to move and get out of a situation when they hit rock bottom. If they continue to take your resources and go back, then they're where sometimes people are where they want to be, despite what they're telling you. Sometimes they're in a situation and they feel like they can't leave for whatever reason. Everybody's situation and motivations and reasoning is different. Either way, you do not have to be along for the ride the entire time. And, you have to do what you have to do in order to protect your mental health so you can give them space. You can detach completely. You can move on. Do all the things that you need to do in order to protect yourself. So thanks for asking that. I hope that helps. And it can be tough to say, you know what, this is your situation. I'm getting off. But that's kind of how you have to do it. You have to, while you can empathize with what someone else is going through, that is not your situation. That is not your problem for the undertaking. That is their responsibility. Um, and anybody that tries to convince you anything differently, then again, you need to just go ahead and do what you need to do and bow out, because that's you're doing your relationships and they need to do theirs. They need to do the work, the heavy lifting, and go to therapy and do all the things. Resources are available if and when they're ready. So I hope that helps. Thanks so much for asking that. Take care.